welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, guys. We have another review to do for you that comes by way of our friend of the community, Andrew Haubert, that has such a cool collection and just always is offering to send stuff out. Thank you, Andrew. And guys, say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powdered Toast Man and Log and TV and also Skeleton for the month of October. And let's get started. So this is the Protech SNG. And my understanding is this is a Strider design produced by Protech. Now this is the operator version, which is the all blacked out with the tritium button. You got aluminum scales that are put together here with no backspacer. You do have built-in chamfering. Let me wipe this thing a little, not chamfering, jimping on the scales. Sorry, I've been carrying this and it's a little fingerprinted up, so there you go, a little better. You do have chamfered rolled off edges here, although they are close to 90 but not. Then you have jimping here built in and jimping built in there. You do have a lanyard hole. The screws are countersunk. So is the pivot. You have tooling on one side. Man, just not doing a good job here. You have tooling on one side and not on the other. Very cool. You have a very basic pocket clip that is right side tip up only. Single screw, but it has a tab that goes in the hole there. And that provides you that traction where it's not going to go anywhere. It has good retention in and out of the pocket well, holds in. No problems for me on in and out of the pocket, but you do have a lot sticking out here. It's not horrible, and it makes it easier to grab onto and pull out of the pocket. It is an auto. This operates as your stop for your stop pin right there. And so those stick up a little bit. They don't jab me when they're in the pocket. It's not a problem. And so here you go. It is a kicker. Look at that. So yes, your stop pins are external to the blade and they stop right in there. And then your jimping is interlaced into, that's interesting, interlaced into the jimping on the scales and then comes on out here. Very far apart. Not my favorite type of jimping because of that. It kind of, if you bear down a lot, it can hurt. If you just take a normal grip, it doesn't hurt and it feels fine. And you do have nice flat landing spot out here. You have a finger choil here and a sharpening choil here, and plenty of relief for your sharpened edge. It is kind of odd looking there the way that is done. A little bit bigger than I would have made the sharpening choil, but not bad. 154 cm black coated blade. Again, you have this motif of completely blacked out like an operator, and very, very cool, very tactical look about it, if you will. Is a drop point blade, and again, hammers out there. You can close it with one hand. Again, one hand closing of a spring-loaded knife is always awkward for me. I prefer to close them two-handed, which makes it not super-duper fidgety for me in that regard. But, again, everything doesn't have to be a crazy fidgety knife. This guy is really, really cool looking. I mean, just look at it. It just gives you this vibe of something tactical, something military, police kind of thing. Very, very cool. Now, let's do our comparisons while it is laying here. Well, it's not laying. We'll have to take care of that. Let's get the knife stand. Oh, come on. Out of here, and we will compare it there to the Ontario Rat number 1. And the Ontario Rat number 2. We have a visitor, but it's all good. So there you go. Now you can see the back of the handle is really tall. And again, it is shorter than the 1, longer than the 2. And so you do have 4-finger grip back here, and you have a choil that your finger lands in. And then when you come up here, now this finger goes in that one, and you're up here. You're nowhere near the blade. You actually have a guard here. And it feels pretty good. I mean, that feels good. Again, if you bear down on that jimping, you will feel it. The good thing about that clip is you don't feel that clip in the grip. So the bad news is this flare out here is not my favorite thing. Again, when I'm back here, I'm kind of getting jabbed right here a little bit. Not terribly, but I am. And then when I'm up, it feels like this is just too tall. I just wish it was a little thinner back here. I think it would feel better. It is ergonomically good, but because, again, it's squared off flat scales, this kind of digs in right here where your pinky and your second finger want to grip. So that's all for that, for the ergos. Let's put these guys away and put this guy back on the stand while we talk about specs. All right, so as far as specs, and by the way, the only place I am finding this guy available is for $400, which is a little higher than some people have had them, but it's the only place that has one available, and that is PVK Vegas. And I'll put that link down there, but that's really the only place I'm finding this one available. Now, as far as specs, if I can get my computer to play nice. Oh, good grief. Come on. All right, here we go. It is 8.25 inches overall, 3.5 inch blade, 154 cm, 0.125 on the thickness, which is kind of an average thickness of the blade stock, if you will. You have aluminum as the handle material and almost 5 ounces, 4.86, but it feels good to me. Close length is 7.75. It is a side opening automatic. It is a drop point, and it's made in the USA. Again, $400 over at PVK Vegas. I can't remember. I think it was Blade HQ had them for like $350, but they weren't in stock. But yeah, they're not cheap, but they're very well made and made in the US and very awesome. So you've got, again, struggling with focus. Anytime I do a black knife, my lighting does not help, I guess. But really, really cool knife. So Andrew, thanks for sending this one. And again, just for comparison's sake, there's how that one hits. And I'm getting ready to do my review shortly on the Newport, the Protech Newport. And you can see it doesn't hit nearly as hard because there's not as much girth behind it. But this one is a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more snappy. I mean, this one definitely hits. But it's a different kind of hit because of the weight of the blade. But really cool. So, Andrew, thank you, guys. Let me know, is this one you're interested in? Is this one you've owned or have? Oh, I forgot one more thing. With that nice, tall, flat grind, guys, this one is a good cutter. I'm not really doing a lot of pushing. It is very, very smooth. Cutting through cardboard. So, and again, I have used it. I try when it's a black coated blade like that and it's somebody else's. I don't do a ton of cutting, but I definitely have to do some to do a review. So thank you, Andrew. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you like this one. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And thank you so much for your support and for watching the KnivesFAST channel.